Nandi County is in North Rift of Kenya, occupying an area of 2,884.4 square kilometers. The county is bordered by Kakamega County to the west, Uasin Gishu County to the northeast, Kericho County to the southeast corner, Kisumu County to the south and Vihiga County to the southwest. Geographically, the unique jug-shaped structure of Nandi County is bound by the equator to the south and extends northwards to latitude 0034 N. The western boundary extends to longitude 34,045 E, while the eastern boundary reaches longitude 35,025 E. Nandi County, earlier a part of Rift Valley Province, is a county based in Kenya. Its capital, Kapsabet, is the largest town in the county. Other towns in the county are Mosoriot and Nandi Hills. The county's major area is covered by the Nandi Hills. Although there are a number of tribal communities in Nandi, the majority of the people belong to the native tribe called Nandi. Profile. The county is further subdivided into 30 wards, namely, physical and topographic features. Nandi County occupies 2,884.4 square kilometers of land characterized by hilly topography that includes an outcrop of basement systems rocks. The dissected scarp at the southern border of the sub-county is another manifestation of rock exposure. The Physiographic Outlook of Nandi County is composed of 5 units with typical topography, namely, the rolling hills to the west of the county, the Kapsabet Plateau, the wooded highlands and foothills of Tinderet volcanic mass in the southeast, the Kingwall Swamp in the center and the dissected Nyando escarpment at the southern border. The first unit constitutes an undulating landscape typified by rolling hills. They are chiefly flat-topped ridges with identical summits that may be remnants of an eroded plain. The Km2 and Mekong rivers flow westwards through the area, eventually joining the Yala River. The Kapsabet Plateau extends from Kapsabet eastwards. The eroded remains of the original plain form a conspicuous incised plain near Kapsabet at a height of 2,020 meters above sea level. The unit constitutes of an undulating land surface traversed by rivers that form a subparallel consequent drainage system incised on the lava surface. The course of some rivers is slightly northwest, indicating the general dip of lava flows. River Kipkaren is one of them. Geologists believe that volcanic lava flowed along the gently sloping plateau northward, having been diverted by a hill at Kabayet to flow west towards Sarera Hills and also southward across the Kingwall Swamp. The Tinderet Highlands are part of highly dissected piles of lava which form an extension of Kenya Highlands from the southeast corner of the county. In the wooded southeast corner, at the top of Meitete Valley, rocks jut out to a height of 2,500 meters, 15 kilometers to the east of the road from Nandi Hills towards Songhor and Kisumu is a highly rugged landscape over which volcanic lava flowed. Rivers in Tinderet form a northwest quadrant of radial drainage pattern. The Kipkare, Kibos, Kundos and Ainabing-Jatuni rivers have deeply incised valleys, flowing southwest. The Kingwall and Kiptoges rivers and the tributaries drain the northwestern flank of Tinderet Highlands. In the center of the area, these rivers produce substantial waterfalls, dropping from the top of harder bands in volcanic rocks to the level of a swamp which foots the scarp. The Kingwall Swamp lies at a height of over 1,960 meters and is considered to be a site of a hollow in the original land mass. The nearest basement system rock outcrop, the swamp near Shepteret. Drainage is prevented to the north and east by volcanic rock and prevented from the south by agglomerates of tundra. The rivers flow to the west over a series of rapids composed of hard bends in the basement system gneisses. The fifth unit, the Nyando Escarpment, is a manifestation of extremely rugged ground containing granite and volcanic rocks. The equator runs alongside the scarp line in the area. There has been extensive faulting and intrusion both above and below the scarp. The flowing of the scarp descends in impressive rapids, dropping from 2,000 meters to 1,300 meters through Kibos. The north of Nyando Scarp hills occur at about 2,150 meters, and a range of identically high hills form a ridge westward along Nandi Fall. These, together with Kabayet and Sangalo hills, are regarded as residuals of the original land surface. The watersheds of rivers descending the scarp run only 10 kilometers. These rivers, swamps and valleys have varied effects on the county's development. The rivers are the main sources of water supplies for both domestic and commercial use in the county. Some rivers, especially in Tindret sub-county, have rapid falls which can be used to harness hydroelectric power. The swamps have not been put into any economic use. Most of them are poorly drained, hence have no current economic significance to the development of the county. It would be preferable if they were conserved as wetlands. Most of the valleys are suitable for horticultural production. They are the main sources of vegetables and pineapples consumed in the county. The rugged topography of the county results in very steep slopes which have a negative effect on the transport system, especially during the wet seasons. This mainly interferes with the transportation of farm produce and human resource. 4 types of land terrain exist in the county. These are: mountainous. The land generally has rather steep slopes, especially on parts of Metate and Tinderet areas to the southeast, Kemaloi, Bonjoj, Kapchumik, Kapkas, Kapkara areas to the south, and Kamwega and Swa mining to the northwest. This type of topography has made transport network very difficult to establish. This factor alone has created a drawback in provision of development facilities in the affected regions. Steep slopes. This includes parts of Cheptawai, Kipkar and Salient, Kabiamit, Endalat, Sarora and Kabayet areas to the north and Kapkamani areas to the west. Afforestation is required on the hills. Development of the main economic activities has been affected by the factors noted for the mountainous regions. Rolling or hilly land. These include parts of Nandi Hills, Kaptal, Kaptumo and Kobajoy areas. Farming and other economic activities are well developed and mostly mechanized. This is attributed to the ease of communication both on the roads and on the farms. Gentle to moderate slopes. This covers parts of Kilibwoni, Kaplamai, Kosiri, Mutwat, Lelmokwa and Itigo areas. The topography of this region has influenced the type and scale of economic activities in the region just as in other areas. Farming productivity is high due to high soil productivity and less capital injection towards soil conservation activities. Sub-counties. The county has 6 sub-counties: Mosop sub-county, Gwen sub-county, Aldai sub-county, Tinderet sub-county, Nandi Hills sub-county, Chesume sub-county. Education and sports. Nandi County is home to many world record holders in athletics, including Kipchoge Kino, Henry Rono, Moses Tanui, Julius Yego and Bernard Lagat. There are 443 primary education schools and 80 secondary education schools in Nandi. Kapsabet Boys High School, situated in Kapsabet. It is one of the most prominent schools in Kenya. Economy. Poverty level 13.7%. Government of Kenya 2014 Kenya Service Availability and Readiness Assessment Mapping. Ministry of Health, Nairobi, Kenya. Businesses, agriculture, sports and tourism. Major crops, tea, maize, coffee and sugarcane. Health. There are 3 hospitals, 45 dispensaries, and 9 healthcare centers in Nandi. It has a doctor-to-population ratio of 1 to 94,000. Tourism. The major tourist destinations include Koitala Samoa Museum, Kip's Bay Conservancy, and the Nandi Escarpment. Defunct. Local authorities.